Hello, aspirants, and a very warm welcome to this special GS Paper 2 explainer right here on the Rungta IAS Academy channel. We're really glad you could join us today.
Welcome, students. Today we're unpacking a highly critical, yet, often completely ignored area of governance and health infrastructure. We're looking at the real cost of infertility in India, based on recent reports. This is an absolutely crucial topic for your mains preparation, so let's get into it.
Let's dive right in. The Union Health Ministry estimates that 10 to 15% of Indians are impacted by infertility during their reproductive years.
Exactly. That is a massive demographic, isn't it? We're not just looking at a minor medical issue here. We're talking about a hidden public health crisis of mammoth proportions, affecting millions of our citizens.
Faculty 2. To help structure your mains answers, today's syllabus mapped agenda covers, first, a hidden public health crisis. Second, demographics and fertility data. Third, the privatized healthcare divide. Fourth, Article 21 and reproductive autonomy. And finally, some key mains and interview takeaways.
All right, let's move straight to our first section, a hidden public health crisis. Faculty 2, to really understand the human cost of this crisis, think about couples like Meera and Harsh from Delhi, who literally had to sell the gold given to them at their wedding just to afford treatment. It's heartbreaking. And this tragedy is playing out against a massive demographic shift. World Bank and NFHS5 data shows India's total fertility rate has plummeted from about 3.4 births per woman in the early 1990s to close to 2.0 today.
Right, and students, please make a note of this for your answers. States like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Punjab, and West Bengal have already fallen below replacement levels. The demographics are changing rapidly, but unfortunately, our public health policy is lagging far behind.
Moving on to Section 3, the privatized healthcare divide.
What we're witnessing here is a structural gap in public healthcare. There's this extreme divide between the public's needs and private market dominance. Just look at the projections. We're looking at a private IVF market expected to hit $1 billion by 2025. And you contrast that with almost negligible public health policy and insurance coverage.
Absolutely. And aspirants, remember to quote the Assistant Reproductive Technology Act of 2021 in your GS2 answers. Under this act, we have nearly 4,000 registered ART clinics in India. Yet there is almost zero comprehensive public funding. Infertility care has essentially been pushed to the periphery, creating a hyper-concentration of care strictly for those who have the ability to pay.
Let's break down these staggering out-of-pocket expenses. Just basic fertility treatment ranges from 5,000 to 25,000 rupees. IUI procedures, they can go up to 35,000. In standard IVF cycles, cost anywhere between 80,000 to a massive 2.5 lakh rupees per cycle.
And it doesn't stop there. Advanced procedures like ICSI can easily cross 5 lakh rupees. Dr. Richika Sahai Shukla notes that couples literally exhaust their life savings. If you contrast this with the average Indian household income, you can clearly see how this heavily privatized sector creates deep, systemic inequalities in access and affordability for the common citizen.
This brings us to Section 4, Article 21, and reproductive autonomy. Aspirants, signaling this shift to Article 21 and reproductive autonomy is exactly where you are going to score maximum marks in General Studies Paper 2. Sonam Chandwani, managing partner at KS Legal, argues that reproductive rights cannot just selectively stop at the right to avoid pregnancy. Spot on. You must unpack this legal argument for the evaluator. Our courts have repeatedly interpreted the right to life under Article 21 to include dignity and health care. Therefore, it absolutely must encompass the right to pursue parenthood with reasonable healthcare access, instead of just leaving it as a privilege for the rich. Notice this critical paradigm shift from population control to reproductive aspirations. This is the key stance highlighted by Poonam Mutraja from the Population Foundation of India. I highly advise all of you to use this exact phrase in your mains essays. Historically, India's narrative has focused heavily on population control. Using reproductive aspirations shows the examiner that you understand the necessary evolution of our reproductive healthcare framework. Faculty 1, finally, we want to leave you with a provocative mock interview question to ponder. Does the right to life under Article 21 guarantee the right to accessible infertility care?
Think critically about this, aspirants. We encourage you to synthesize the demographic data, the crippling out-of-pocket costs, and the strong constitutional arguments we've explored today. Try framing your answer mentally. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer. Keep studying smart, and all the very best for your UPSC preparations.